Hi everyone, welcome to the fifth and final video in the food series. And today we're going to be talking about resources for you. So if you're struggling with finances or having transportation access to appropriate nutrition, this is the video for you. Um, so I wanted to talk a little bit about these programs that can help you get the right nutrition that you need. And CalWorks is a great one to start off with because it is family centered. So if you have a kid in your family, this is a program that would be great for you all to get the appropriate nutrition, right? And what's great about CalWorks is that it does more than just food. So it provides also mental health therapy services, job training, educational assistance if you want to go back to school, and also transportation reimbursements. They also help you get CalFresh, which helps you get free financial assistance for getting groceries. And one thing that I want to note when talking about all of these programs is that if you feel that you don't really qualify, it really doesn't hurt to apply. Uh, so if you think you might need and benefit from any of these services, even if you don't quite match the requirements to meet that program, go ahead and apply, because I know a lot of people who don't meet the requirements and still receive those services. Okay, so one thing I wanted to talk about with CalFresh, a little bit more about that, is that it provides financial assistance to low income individuals or families when purchasing foods. So it helps you buy things that are healthy or very nutritious. So it doesn't apply to things like alcohol and cigarettes, but it can help you have food delivery or curbside pickup if you're someone who struggles with leaving the house, or don't or isn't really located near a big supermarket or anything like that. If you're an SSI or SSP recipient, you used to not be able to apply for CalFresh, but now you can. So if you didn't know about the new news, this is great news for those who receive SSI or an SSP. CalFresh used to be known as SNAP, EBT, or food stamps, but now it is in the form of a card that you can also use to go to most grocery stores as well as other stores that aren't food based, right? So you can get a lot of discounts and deals when you have CalFresh, such as free museum tickets, and like I said in the previous video, gardening supplies to start your own garden. The next few slides are more focused on those with disabilities that prevent them from leaving the home, or senior citizens or adults who are around 60 years or older. So Meals on Wheels is a great way to deliver healthy meals to your home. You could also go to their locations in person. I know that they do provide freshly cooked meals there, and they're often free. So they do sometimes ask for a donation, but that's okay because they also provide sliding scale pricing. So you can pay what you can afford when receiving these meals. And there's locations throughout all the cities in Alameda County, so don't feel like you're too far from there. They even have cultural based Meals on Wheels like JSA and VACCEB, which provide Japanese or Vietnamese home cooked meals. It's a great way to get that get meals that are a little bit more culturally appropriate for you if you identify with these backgrounds. And also, when you are applying for these programs, or if you do call, try to see if they have some of these things too, because I know they do a lot more than just providing food. Some of them do transportation or fall prevention classes, and even weekly socials and mental health classes. So try seeing if they have some of those while you're at it. I also want to talk about food pantries because it's a great way to get free food near you, and there are a ton of food pantries guaranteed near your location of living. Many libraries even also have free summer lunch programs. So if you have a kid, bring them to a library and they'll get free lunch. Um, like I said, these food pantries are pretty much in every city. And if you take a look at this food map, there's definitely one near you. There's a lot in Oakland, and I know there's less when you go more south. But that's okay because if you are applying for Meals on Wheels or some of the transportation programs that I'm talking about, you shouldn't have a problem getting to a food pantry. Another thing I wanted to talk about is community gardens. So in a previous video, I talked about growing a garden in your own home. But if you want to grow even more vegetables Or let's say you wanted to grow something even bigger, like a lemon tree. A community garden is a great way to do this. There are often free volunteer days where you can go and help pull vegetables that you can take home for yourself. But usually there's like a $30 annual fee for a garden space, which isn't too bad. Some of them can even give you a space for free. You just have to call and ask and see what they have. Like I said, there's a community garden in pretty much most of these cities. If you have access to the slides, you can take a look and go ahead and call them or look at their website later. Now, talking about transportation, if you have a disability or if you're an older adult, you can apply for an RTC Clipper card. They give you discounted BART and bus fare, and all you would really need is either proof of your age, like an ID, or a medical eligibility form from your primary care physician or a different medical professional to sign. And don't feel like you have to be critically disabled to be able to apply for this. A lot of the disabilities that are eligible can even range from chronic weakness to fatigability. So if it's something vague like that, that's okay. Go ahead and apply. Remember, if you don't think you apply for any of these programs, just do it anyway. Talk to your doctor and see if this is something that you want to do, because it saves a lot of money on transportation. If you're someone who's a little bit more homebound or wheelchair bound, OPED or any paratransit service is great because it provides door-to-door, curb-to-curb service for those who have wheelchairs or other mobility needs. Berkeley Rides for Seniors and Disabled is a great program because it also gives you taxi vouchers and wheelchair van vouchers in addition to the paratransit vans. So if this is something that you need to go do your errands or go get grocery shopping, try going ahead and looking at this program to see if they can help for you. One thing I wanted to talk about is I know everyone knows about the disabled person parking placards. However, not everyone knows that you don't need to own a vehicle to get one of these. If a family member or a friend drives you around all the time, uh, you can go apply for one of these to put on their car so that when they drive you, they also have access to free parking spaces with no time limits. So definitely try to get that and get a medical professional like your primary care physician to sign that form. Easy Does It is a great way to get wheelchair and mobility devices and also repair them for a pretty great cost. They do transportation services as well. Uh, and they also give away free emergency kits. So if you're someone who doesn't have an emergency kit yet, definitely try to go ahead and go down to Easy Does It when they're open and get that for your home. If you're someone who's a little bit more independent and likes to drive, but you're wheelchair bound, that's okay. They have mobility works and access options, which can allow you to rent vehicles for you to drive at whatever rate they have. I also wanted to talk about recares. They have a recares in San Francisco and a recares in San Rafael, but this one in Oakland is open every week and can give you free medical equipment and disposables like wheelchairs and walkers and diapers and wipes and diabetic supplies like that. It is a donation-based organization, so they might not have everything every week, but it is a great way to save a lot of money on something that is usually very expensive. And you don't need to be present for that. You can have a family or friend pick it up, and if you don't like it, you can always donate it back. If you're someone who needs a little bit more in-home caregiver support, make sure to apply for the IHSS program. It provides caregiving support for those who are 65 plus, disabled or blind. And like I said, if you think you don't, if you think you don't meet the requirements, that's okay. Go ahead and apply anyway, because if you feel like you have a need that that needs to be fulfilled, go ahead and apply, because they help you with household chores, laundry, food shopping, and errands. And you can even have a friend or a family member be trained to be your caregiver, right? So if that's something you'd be comfortable with, go ahead and give them a call or take a look at their website. And I have the links for everything I've talked about right here in the presentation slides, and as well as like a map to the food resources as well. And it has been a wonderful pleasure to guide you along through these video series. Hopefully you've learned a thing or two that'll make cooking a lot funner, a lot easier, and a lot cheaper. Hope you have a great day.